there. So this is a glitch going on with animals getting stuck in inventory or disappearing. What I did is I moved the sheds around, and not the cow, but the llama got stuck in, for whatever reason, Minton's inventory. I don't know why his inventory of all the Sims inventory. I'm confident that that's how it ended up in his inventory because it happened right after I moved the sheds. I did some research and I saw that a couple other people said that when they moved their sheds around, the llama got stuck in the inventory. So here's what I've seen after doing some digging around, and I'm going to attempt to hack this. I have a couple different options that I'm going to try. Let's see if it works. Okay, so the first thing, I saw a video where somebody had some chickens. When they go to the fair, you can enter your cow, your chickens, and your llama. Somebody said that their chicken was entered into the fair and it disappeared. I did see that when I entered my hen, but it just reappeared, whatever. But what this person did is he used the cheats, Control Shift C, and then testing cheats on, and then he used BB move objects, and then he used BB show hidden objects, and his chicken reappeared. So that worked for him. What I'm not seeing is any way anybody has found with the reporting of the bugs forum to EA. A lot of people have been complaining about the animals getting stuck in the inventory. Most often is when they go to the fair and they put their animal in inventory to enter it to the fair. But there is sometimes if you move the sheds around, which is exactly what I did yesterday. So if you've seen my previous videos, you would remember that they were facing this way. And this cow kept going into Trixie's shed, this is the llama shed, and kept going into the shed and standing halfway in, halfway out. So I thought it must be a script on their space. So I turned the sheds this way, so that way they have all this open space here to walk around. And hopefully, I was hoping that, the cow wouldn't keep going into the llama's shed and standing half in, half out. But then popped up this issue with now this llama is going to die if I don't figure out a way to hack the bug, if you will. So here is what I'm going to do. So because I have 10 people in this household, I can't just remove Minton, the sim who has the animal in its inventory cannot be removed from this house because I can't use manage household when there's more than 8 sims. So I have to go to another one of my households and then have him travel to this house, go in the house, and then click on Minton and add him to the family and remove him from the family that way. Because the animal is not owned by any particular person, even though any sim in the household can put it in their inventory, I'm hoping that since it is attached to the house, once I remove Minton from the sim from the household, that it will return the llama to the house. I'm hoping that it will not put it in somebody else's inventory, but let's see what happens. Well, that did not work because the animal went with him. So that is completely broken. So I clicked on Minton. He has now been added to this household, and he still has the llama in his inventory. So that is not good because animals should not be transferring from a household because they're not supposed to be owned by the sim. Because option A did not work, what I'm going to do is to undo this is I'll just exit the game without saving. So this issue is time also, because the longer that llama is in the inventory while it's in starving mode, the closer it is to dying basically. So I don't want to have any time passage. So that's another reason that I'm going to go ahead and exit without saving, because it'll just revert back to the session I was in before when I re-enter the game. And speaking of leaving your game without saving, if one of your animals gets stuck and you catch it while you're in session, the easiest way to deal with it, even though you will lose your progress of whatever your game session is is to leave your game without saving. And it will just undo whatever caused it to go in and get stuck in inventory. And I wish I had done that, but I didn't realize how at the time. And then thought about it later. I was like, wait a minute. I thought at first that it was stuck in there from the fair, but then I remembered I had played this household like 3 times since I took the llama to the fair. So it was not the issue of the fair. It was the issue of moving the shed, because I had just moved the shed before that happened to the llama. And so unfortunately, if I can't get that llama out of there by moving this sim out of the house, then I can't think of any way to fix it. So what I'm going to try next is I'm going to get rid of the llama shed. Some people say that you can go back to an earlier save, but I don't know how to do that, because I tried to just like go to electronic arts folder and then click on, you know, an earlier save, but it doesn't like open or anything like that. So I don't know how to do that. But some people have suggested, if you do know how to do that, to try that to get the animal unstuck. So I don't know what's going to happen if the animal just dies. Like, does it remove it, or am I just going to have a dead llama in my inventory? Just not cool. So if you know of a way to get an animal unstuck other than what I've shared with you, please let me know. Again, the ones where their animal are disappearing, some people, you just basically use the hidden objects sheet that I was telling you about. For the ones that are saying, some people were saying that you could get a new shed, click on the shed, and then assign the shed. But I don't see that option, and that's what most everybody else is saying. So this is just something that the developers are ignoring, because the dates of these complaints on the EA bug report forum was back in August. And so here we are in October, actually towards the end of October. And so I don't think they intend on fixing it. You know, they continue to sell broken packs with broken features, and this has been a bug before, and it continues to reappear, or it was never fixed to begin with. Obviously, if it's a sim that you don't have, like, you know, familiar relations built up, like this guy's married, he's got kids, so obviously I can't use the option to delete the sim. But if it's a sim that you don't necessarily care to keep around, or if it's a sim that you have saved in your library, which I have, you can, of course, just remove the sim by deleting them. Let's see. So I'm going to go into build mode, and I'm going to remove this shed. I don't know if it's going to do any good, but we'll see. So the interesting thing about this llama is it's acting like it's not already named. Like this llama has been named already, and her name is Trixie. So I don't know why it's acting like there's no history with this llama. So I would just suggest, whatever you do before you move your sheds, make sure the animal is somewhere else. Or better yet, just make sure your llama is not inside the shed, and delete the shed, because this is a broken feature. Or, you know, just make sure you have your shed set the way you want them, and don't move them, because this has never happened before until I moved the shed. So yeah, this is not Trixie. It's acting like it's not even named, so I guess Trixie's just gone. The only option that I have, because I just don't want to sit here and watch this llama die, so I have multi-select on, and then make sure you click select all, and then I'm going to sell everything in my inventory, which means I'm going to lose some of the items. So before I do that, let me make sure there isn't some things in here that I want to keep. Like these parts, my prizes. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cancel that. Hang on a second. Okay, well my sim has something that's sold on Plopsy, so actually he needs to, I don't want to have any problems with customers, so I'm going to have him go ahead and ship that before I go ahead and delete everything from his inventory. Okay, so I took the stuff out that I wanted to save, like some sentimental stuff, and so now I'm going to go ahead and just sell everything in his inventory. And hopefully that will work. Well, let's see. Now Trixie's gone. Sadly, I've lost the llama. But at the very least, damage control, I don't have to watch her die. Which pretty much she was gone already anyways, because they were acting like the llama wasn't her. Because she was named. And there's Bessie. Now let's see how Bessie is with this shed. Oh my word. That's okay, because we will just go ahead and get another shed. And another llama. We'll just get another Trixie. And voila! At least, at the very least, I was able to get money for the llama, so it wasn't a complete loss. And generally, I don't like to watch animals die, so when they get to elder, I trade them off anyways. So this is a young adult, and so I'm going to go ahead and name this, and this is going to be Trixie too. So we're going to name this Trixie. I guess that's like the default name, I guess. So I know from the things that I read that most everybody wanted to keep their animal, because I mean you spend time building up rapport with them and, you know, giving them healthy treats and just the whole 9 yards. But I mean, the animals, I don't think there's a setting to where you can keep them when they never die. I wish there was. So the bottom line is you can't keep them forever anyways, and so at least I was able to sell, because most people are like they can't do anything. So I hope this has been helpful in some way to get rid of the animal in your inventory and not have to sit there and watch it die. I gave it a chocolate treat, so now it's brown. He's like, whoa, poof, brown llama. He's pretty. Their eyes changed color too. That's so cool. I don't know how long, like the chocolate treat, you give them treats and they different kinds of treats and they change colors, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of funny. Anyways, but at least I don't have a llama stuck in inventory dying. That was horrible. And they're starving. And you can't help it. You can't do anything about it. You just watch them die. Anyways, yeah, you don't have to watch them die. That's how you... This is almost like creating, instead of building and finding hacks to build things different ways, I've been spending time finding hacks to overcome bugs, in which I guess I'll have to do a whole series now, because I've done like 3 videos now of hacking the bugs. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I hope this has been helpful. I would appreciate if you would give a like, get more visibility, share, help other people, you know how to overcome this hack. Consider subscribing if you're not already. And if you are somebody who makes sim videos, please let me know. I would love to check your channel out. I like to watch other players play also. That's it for this one. Bye!